Listen, it's not about the woman. You leaving is not ever about you teaching her a lesson. You cannot teach a woman a lesson who does not value you. What lesson are you teaching her? If she's disrespecting you, you have no value. What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your man Lucky. I'm back with another one. In this video, I'm going to be talking about you absolutely 100% not tolerating a woman's disrespect, or for that fact, anybody's disrespect, guys. You do not tolerate it. Now, let me start off by saying this. Disrespect is subjective. What I might consider disrespect might be different than what you consider disrespect. It's all subjective based on the individual. So I cannot tell you what you should deem disrespectful or what someone else should deem as disrespectful. I can't tell you that, okay? You have to determine what is it that someone might do that's going to make you feel a certain way, something that's going to affect you and how you feel. Everybody has different levels of sensitivity and things of that nature, right? Some people are very sensitive, so any little thing is viewed upon as disrespect. Some people have emotional intelligence, and so they can just brush some things off as, okay, I don't take that personal. It just is what it is. They did what they did. It doesn't even affect me because that person doesn't even really matter. For some of you guys, the woman that you're dealing with is the world to you. Any little thing that she does matters, right? So any little thing that she does, if she doesn't do it how you deem necessary or how you want it done, it might be deemed as disrespectful. So disrespect is subjective and is different for everybody across the board. So I can't tell you what you should deem disrespectful, okay? And don't let anybody else tell you what you should deem as disrespectful just because they deem it as disrespectful, okay? I wanted to get that out of the way. Now, when it comes to whatever it is that you believe is disrespectful, you should not tolerate it. Now, listen, again, because disrespect is subjective, she might do something that she doesn't consider disrespectful, but you consider disrespectful. So now if you're in a relationship, right, there's going to be certain times that you're going to have certain conversations to let it be known. I don't tolerate this. I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate that. Okay. If she might do something that you don't tolerate, at least if you're in a relationship, have that conversation. Listen, you did A, B, C, X, Y, Z. That's not going to happen again because that's not what I tolerate. Now, you cannot control what she does. A lot of you guys try to be controlling and try to make a woman do this and make a woman do that. And if you don't do this, I'm going to do that. You have to understand that you cannot make a woman do anything. The only person that you can make do something is you. And most of y'all don't even have enough control over yourselves to make you do something when some type of disrespect happens. You can say all day long, yo, if she do this, I'm out. If she do that, I'm done. If she do this, it's a wrap. But then when it actually happens, you don't have it in you to do what it is that you said you're going to do. So if you can't control you, you definitely cannot control her. Okay, so again, do not tolerate disrespect, but at least have the conversation to let it be known. Some women can actually do something that you might deem disrespectful, and she might not view it as disrespectful, okay? As you know, men hold respect in very, very high regards. We hold respect in much higher regards, in my opinion, than women. Or it can just be the thing. So what is disrespectful for me might not be looked at as disrespect for a woman. However, you can flip it around, and the things that women look at as disrespectful, we might not view as disrespectful. We're men, they're women, we are different. And you have to understand that. You cannot just accept that she just knew that it was disrespectful. Now, if you know the woman that you're dealing with, and you can really say, yo, she just did that because, out of spite, or she was trying to get back at you, or whatever, y'all had an issue, and so she did, that's on you. Because that's the woman that you're choosing. You're actively choosing to be in a relationship with. So that's on you if you're choosing to be with a woman that's going to do things that are deemed disrespectful by you just because. All right. So let me get into this. I came across a comment that was in my comment section. And the comment goes as such. And let me be clear, this has absolutely nothing to do with the commenter. Okay. This is strictly based on the comment. The video that I did was stop tolerating her disrespect. And so the comment was this: how to leave if you live with a woman. Okay, so I'm going to address that first. If you live with a woman. Now, do you live with her, meaning it's her place and you moved in with her? Is it your place and she moved in with you? Or is it a place that both of you moved into together? At the end of the day, when it comes to disrespect, it really doesn't matter either way. Okay? Get up out the situation. If you've tried, you've had conversations, and the conversations are pretty much going nowhere and the disrespect continues, that should be a situation, in my opinion, that you get out of if you're feeling disrespected by it. Again, if you're okay with something, then that's fine. Don't let somebody else determine what you should consider disrespect. But if you, inside, deep down inside, when she's doing whatever it is, you feel some type of way about it, you wake up in the morning the next day and you still thinking about it, more than likely it was disrespect. Always be in a situation where you can get up and get out of that situation in the blink of an eye. If you're a guy that you're living paycheck to paycheck and you don't have the means or the funds to get up and leave once, you done, you got to get your finances together. If you're a guy and you're living in her place, meaning it was her place first and then you moved in with her, you have to understand that you have very little to no leverage in that situation. Usually, the person with the leverage is the one that's going to be a little more confident, just a little more comfortable with doing what they do and saying what they say, because in their mind, even though you live there, it's their place. So if you are a man and you're living with a woman, you do not have much leverage. Okay. Again, make sure you have an escape route. Make sure you have the funds to get up and get out of that situation. I've done content on why you shouldn't live with a woman. You should not move in with a woman. You're going to have very little to no leverage. And if your money is not right, where you can undo that process, once the disrespect starts happening, if it starts happening, then you in bad shape. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying that there aren't situations that can actually work out if you move in with her. I'm simply saying the ball is not in your court. The chips are not in your favor if you move in with her. So just take that into consideration. It's going to make a difference. Now, how to leave if you live with a woman. Get up and leave. Okay. Break a lease and move everything out just to teach her a lesson. Then when she gets, I do not tolerate disrespect, move back in, ? That's a question. Okay. Listen, it's not about the woman. You leaving is not ever about you teaching her a lesson. You cannot teach a woman a lesson who does not value you. What lesson are you teaching her? If she's disrespecting you, you have no value. What could you possibly teach her? Listen, I have no value to you, so I'm going to leave until you begin to respect me, who has no value to you. You can't teach somebody anything if you have no value to them. What lesson? How could you teach her a lesson? I don't. That doesn't make sense. Teach her a lesson. If she's disrespecting you, she does not value you. That's what you have to understand. So it's never about teaching her a lesson. The things that you do as a man when it comes to dealing with women is never about teaching a woman a lesson. It's always about you having enough self-respect for yourself as a man to get up and get out of situations that are not, I don't want to say working in your favor, but I mean just straight up, you're being disrespected. Have enough self-respect for yourself to get up and get out the situation. It's not about her. Have enough self-respect for yourself to just leave. You guys make everything about a woman. You guys are making relationships about women, and it's not. You have to understand that as a man, you provide access to the woman, to the relationship. You provide access to the relationship, meaning you have to be the one to either yay or nay whether or not she is going to be in a relationship with you. But you guys got it twisted. Y'all are like looking around and treating it as if you are in a relationship with her. So I'm going to leave because you are not acting right. And then when you start acting right, I'm going to come back to you. No. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, women provide access to their body. You provide access to your resources. There is something lacking in your resources, or the woman just does not like you, and you have to be okay with that. If you leave, it's not to leave temporarily until she acts right. When you leave because she's not treating you the way that you need to be treated. And that's that. When you leave, don't have any intentions on coming, oh, I'm going to come back when she acts right. No, you leave because you don't tolerate disrespect. Not you leave because you want to teach her a lesson. I'm going to teach her a lesson and leave. No, you look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, you know what? I'm better than this. I'm gone. I'm out of here. That is why you're leaving. You're leaving to stand up for yourself. You're leaving because you have boundaries. You're leaving because you have standards for yourself. It's never about her. It's always about you. You have to understand that. At any cost, if that means you got to break a lease, break a lease. Like, what are you going to sit around? Okay, so you just signed a lease for a year, and now you're going, okay, I'm going to sit around for another 11 months and just take the disrespect because I don't want to lose money on. Man, listen, you should be in a situation, right? Or you should be at a place financially where you can make move. Your money is your freedom. I talk about this all the time. Your money is your freedom. When you don't have money, you don't have freedom. So now you're going to have to sit in a situation that you really don't want to be in. You understand what I'm saying? It's never about the woman. It's about you. Now, look. If you think that that's too much work, right? Let me go to the next part. He says, that's a lot of hassle to teach a lesson. It's not about teaching a lesson. You have to understand that as a man, you have to have boundaries. You have to have standards. You have to be able to walk away. Period, point blank. It's not for her. It's for you. There are plenty of men. There are way too many men out here that are broke, busted, and disgusted because they're staying in a relationship with a woman that they like, but the woman doesn't like them. Y'all don't understand this. A lot of you guys are with women that don't like you. If a woman is disrespecting you, she doesn't like you. So you're going to try to teach her a lesson. So, okay, just act differently and I'll come back. Even though you don't like me, as long as you act differently, come on. It's never about the women. And guys, that's what I want you to fully understand. It's not about the woman. Okay, he said it's a hassle. That's a lot of hassle. Let me tell you something. Being a man is not easy. Being a man is not walking down easy street. Being a man is not what they say, living a soft life. That's not what being a man is about. I'm talking about being a man. Guys, being a man means you got to stand your ground. Being a man means sometimes you got to walk away from it all. Being a man means you got to have standards. Being a man means you got to have principles. You got to have boundaries and you have to stand on it no matter how it makes you feel. A lot of you guys are so caught up in your feelings that you're scared to walk away. Trust me, those feelings will subside. Over time, you're going to be okay. But don't sit around and accept disrespect just because now you're going to have to move out, and then you're going to have to break a lease and move all your stuff and all that. So you're just going to sit around and accept disrespect, guys, man. Never tolerate disrespect from a woman. Never tolerate disrespect from anybody. I'm not saying as soon as somebody does something that you deem disrespectful that you pop off. No, you have to be emotionally intelligent. There's a way that you handle yourself, and there's a way that you handle every situation. Everybody deals with disrespect differently. Everybody deems what is disrespectfully or what is disrespectful different. And I get that. Somebody can do something or say something to you that you consider disrespectful that in no way, shape, or form did they mean any disrespect. You understand what I'm saying? And so now there's a disconnect. And because there's a disconnect, there's a whole big thing now because you felt as though you were disrespected, yet they were not trying to. So it's up and down, but you have to stand. You got to stand on something when you're dealing with women. They're going to walk all over you. If you move, when you're dealing with women, if you move from an emotional standpoint, you will lose all day, every day. That's all I got to say with that. If it's too much work, you don't need to be dealing with women. Stay single, stay by yourself, get on point with you, and just deal with you. Once you start getting emotionally attached to women, you're not going to be able to walk away, and you're going to be in situations where you're going to accept things that you should not be accepting based on your standards, not my standards. You're going to be accepting things that you don't want to accept. If it's too much work to move out, then just stay there and get violated and disrespected. Guys, listen to me and listen to me very well. Never tolerate disrespect. You first have a conversation. That's the least you could do. Maybe it was unintentional. But when you start notice a pattern of the disrespect and the disrespect, that woman is telling you something. That woman is telling you that she does not like you. And what's happening is women don't want to be the bad guy. Women never want to be the bad guy. Women like to play victim because it'll make them look good. Oh, well, he left. He's this and he that and blah, blah, blah. They'll put it all on you. It's not a problem. Be the bad guy. Get up out of there. There's absolutely 100% no reason why you should tolerate disrespect from anybody, especially a woman that you are allowing, that you are giving access to you and your resources. Guys, you gotta stand up for yourself, man. Being a man ain't easy, man. Listen, if you want to be a sucker, that's fine. That's probably easy. Being a man, standing on business, it's not easy. So you choose. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be good.